So, people may not remember the exact day. I do. It is October. It was October 7th, 2019. I remember it pretty vividly. Honestly, I was in a really good mood on the back of several really low mood streams that I had previously. I remember it was when Ninten did his 2FM Plaid run last year, and he did the Nominee cosplay, and I rated him with "Who is she?" and you guys did a pretty fucking good job at that. It was pretty funny, so last memory from streaming was a pretty good one, not gonna lie. And I kinda kept that with me. Maybe not as much as other notable things that have happened over the last few years of streaming, but certainly it was a better memory than it could have been, so. After that, I kind of tapered off and really just fell into a rut with relationships I have with my family. I wasn't really doing so well. My health was getting to me, mentally, physically, all of that. And really, I just kind of ran away because I was not happy. I was really not happy with the person I became, the person I was turning into. There were so many responsibilities that I felt like I was neglecting the entire time. And I kind of just told myself, I can't do this anymore. And I made a very difficult decision, and I'm sure you guys already know what that is. I kind of just left the internet for about 6 months. It's about, I would say, 1 week before 6 months. Coming up on that 6 months, but I just came back before that. And really, I just was afraid of a lot of things. I was not happy to go out in public. I was not happy with my overall appearance. My mental health was draining. My physical health was draining. I have random pains in my body. I was 275 pounds last time you guys were here, which was about 6 months ago. I'll get on to the ending of that in a little while here. So pretty much, I just said enough is enough, and I made the hard decision to put streaming down and pretty much anything online down for a while and just purely focus on myself, because I knew if I didn't actually change what was going on in my regiment, I was going to continue to feel this way and worse things were going to keep happening. I was just, and on top of that, streaming was just getting so bad for me because I wasn't motivated. It felt like a chore to stream, and on top of that, because of all the factors going on in my personal life, it kind of seeped or permeated into my actual streaming. And then streams were like my one saving grace to kind of get away from all of that. And whenever I'd have a bad stream, bad attitude, bad runs, anything like that, it compounded and it put me in a place I just did not want to fucking be. And it was difficult. And I told myself, what is the point of my existence if I'm just not happy with anything? At the end of the day, I just said, and I mean, I kind of left on a pretty scary note. I purposely made a tweet just to make sure people knew that I might be gone for a while based off personal life stuff. I had a falling out with my parents. I'm gonna cut to the chase and just say, that's better now, and I don't want you guys to worry about any problems between my mother, father, or anyone else in my family as of right now. And pretty much all of those have been rebuilt, and a lot better now, so don't worry about that. What else? And just during this entire time, I sought out to do one particular thing. I tackled the root of my depression. What is the one thing that has just made me not the person I want to be? What is holding me back from really being happy? What is holding me back from really hitting that level that I want to be at for the rest of my life? And the answer to that question simply was my health. And physically, I was not doing so well. Like I said, I'd have random pains when I'm sleeping at night. My parents were actually worried I might have even had something like sleep apnea, which is a pretty fucking monk-ass thing, but as far as I'm aware, that's not the case. At least, and if I actually did have symptoms of that, that's gone now. And simply put, I did everything in my power to lose weight. I've already seen several people make a comment saying I look a little different, look a little thinner. Yeah, just a little bit. Wait till I tell you the full story of this. So, I don't know if you guys have heard of this, but I've been on a special diet ever since pretty much ever since I left, actually. Maybe, it's been on and off a little bit because the diet would have driven me insane if I did it for 6 straight months, but if I would say for at least 4 out of the 6 months I've been dieting. And, simply put, the diet that I used was the potato diet. And for those who aren't aware what that is, when you bake or boil potatoes, I know this is like a cool nutritional lesson for you, and this does work, mind you. Like, I'm not bullshitting you. The potato diet. You boil and bake potatoes, and you let them cool after they're cooked, and the starch actually turns more into something fibrous, and you don't really get the unhealthy attributes of the potato. So I've pretty much been eating potatoes for 6 months, boiled, baked, with a few other things here and there like salads and maybe once in a while some like actual real food. But it's good. I was losing a pound a day. Like that's not an exaggeration. I was losing a pound a day, and after a while I started getting in better shape. I had a pretty long winter in the Northeast, so now that stuff is getting better weather-wise. Been going for walks, and I've recently started doing interval training where I walk and jog, you know, in between all of those, and I've actually gotten healthy enough to do that now. And, what's the results now? Well, I don't have the actual numbers in front of me, but I think my presence, my appearance might speak for that. I was 275 pounds in October of last year, and as of today, March 31st, going into April 1st, I am 199 pounds. I have just broken under 200 pounds for the first time in over 10 years. And the amazing thing from that is I'm still motivated to keep going and get in even better shape than I currently am now, so... I've lost over 75 pounds in half a year, which one of the hardest things I have ever done, but it's probably the thing I'm the happiest with that I've probably done in my life. Because just so many aspects of my life have gotten so much better. I never realized how much my weight actually bothered me until I really took it off, and I'm gonna do everything in my power to make sure I'm never that way again. I feel like I've corrected my eating habits. I know when to actually stop. I had a huge fucking problem with sugar, portion size, all the common things you would associate with someone who's overweight. And yeah, I'm pretty fucking stoked, so. Do I have for progress pics? I do. Actually, I have one, for those who don't know, I have one from when I was almost 300 pounds in May of last year. I did potatoes for 1 month and I lost 20 pounds, and I kind of fizzled that away for a few months after that. And I feel like once the 1 year mark comes around, I will post a picture of what I looked like before and what I look like after. So I would say in roughly 2 months from today, I will post a 1 year transformation on my Twitter and Discord, and maybe even like show that on my stream just so that's archived there too. So yeah, I'm really fucking happy, and I'm so sorry I haven't said anything, but it's something I've needed to do with my life for the longest fucking time. I had so much fucking inspiration from all of you who love me so much, who've supported me for so long. And I can't do you guys a disservice and just keep being miserable. I need to be healthy for me. I need to be healthy for you guys. It's probably the most important thing I've done in my life so far. And I'm just so happy to finally be back, break back into streams, knowing I've conquered probably my biggest obstacle in life as of right now. Oh yeah, and I guess on the back of that, I'm 23 now, and I have been 23 for a few months. Those who know, my birthday was October 17th last year. I kinda disappeared right before that happened. Also, Happy New Year. I haven't said anything since it's 2020. Not really so much of a happy year because of obvious things that have been going on, but let's not get into too much detail on that. The biggest thing I just wanted to let people know is that old part of me that kind of just sieved not necessarily toxicity, but passive aggression, unhappiness, took it out, you know, on other people when it was my own problem. I've learned that I can't do that anymore. I have to face my problems head on, not run away from them, conquer them, and once you do it once, you might not have to do it ever again, and then just that relief that comes off your shoulders is incredible. Oh, man. And holy shit, guys. I can't... I honestly can't describe to you how much better my life has been ever since I've just taken it upon myself to really take the bull by the horns and just fix my life. And granted, there's still several obstacles I have to face, and if I can conquer the biggest problem that I've had, I don't really have much of... I'm not really that intimidated with the other problems that I face. Life is full of obstacles, and you just have to keep pushing forward. You have to make difficult decisions in life, and just remember that if you're treating the problem at its core, it's going to pay off one day. Do not feel afraid to sacrifice things if it makes you a better person, because that's one of the biggest lessons that I've learned since I've left. I've pretty much said all of my piece on why I've been gone, and I've kind of divvied into a little bit on my thoughts on certain things, but I think at this point I'm going to go into the what can you expect section of this now. So, the first things first, obviously the most important thing is what am I going to do with my Twitch streams. So, I want to go back to where I left off, and that would be continuing with 2FM crit. I want you guys, before anyone's like, ah man, he's not playing KH1, hold that thought. I'd like to continue with 2FM crit because, quite frankly, with a revitalized mindset, I feel like I can crush my time. Even though it was pretty good, like it was a 256, which is a very respectable time, I know I can still do better. And of course I don't have a fucking video because I never highlighted my goddamn PB, but oh well. I'll beat that time, and I'm not really that worried about it. So after that, I want to tackle level 1 crit for 2FM. Which, that might raise an eyebrow. I've said I will never try 2FM level 1 again, but I know that it has had many optimizations in the roughly 2 years since I did my run of that. And I'd like to at least dabble in with that a little bit to see what I think about it. Don't know, like, anything that is not 2FM crit I do not have an immediate goal for. But I would love to kind of look into that. And then lastly, I would like to do a Platinum Trophy run of 2FM. And then, after that is all said and done, I'd like to finally, drumroll please, make my true grand return to Kingdom Hearts 1. And really just push that game to the absolute fucking limit that I can. New Mist, new year, new confidence. Really just want to get back into KH1. I haven't seriously ran KH1 since... for pretty much a year at this point, like over a year. And that is very high on my priority list once that's said and done. And after that, I'll figure it out. I don't really have any true specifics because I don't want to rush and dive into those things before I've really even had a chance to accustom back to it yet. And of course, I don't know. I think I've pretty much said my piece, and we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Now, one really big thing I would like to announce. I would like to start doing some casual games on my channel from time to time to break up the monotony. There are a couple of releases coming out in the in the near future. I was gonna say like new feature, dyslexic. And let's see. Animal Crossing? Hate to break people's hearts, don't have an interest in that, but good guess. FF7 Remake? Yes, I will be playing that when it comes out. However, There's one particular thing that kinda comes before FF7. In the very short span of time before FF7 Remake comes out, and today, I am going to stream Resident Evil 3 Remake in a couple days on April 3rd. Which, I mean, some people I can already see are like, what the fuck? And then other people, maybe not as big of a fan, but I honestly, before I left, I made a promise that if Resident Evil 3 Remake ever got announced, I would absolutely stream it, and about 2 months after my disappearance it got announced, and lo and behold, in a couple days, it's coming out, so... I think the way that I'm going to handle these games, like, since they're coming up very shortly, I'm not going to sacrifice my sleep, so, which in a way is actually a good thing. I'm probably just going to stream at a regular time the day those games come out, and if anyone wants to kind of get a head start and play the games at midnight and stuff like that, feel free to. I'm personally not going to do that, just because, in a way, I guess, people can kind of get familiar with the game and they might not be turned off from watching me as, you know, late as possible, although some people I know will not be playing the games as soon as they come out. And, that's okay, so. Resident Evil 3 and Final Fantasy VII Remake, expect me to play those two games within the next 2 weeks. Myst vs. Nemesis, oh yeah. And, I mean, it'll show when the time comes, but I will be playing on the hardest difficulty of Resident Evil 3 when, that comes out. I've gotten a little bit of practice playing Resident Evil 2 on hardcore, and I know that's not gonna help me too much. But if you guys want to see me get absolutely fucking destroyed, I think it'll be fun. So, here we go. Yeah, FF7 Remake is within 2 weeks, and, it should have been out a month ago, but then they're like, no, people have, like, data mined shit and stuff in demos, so we're gonna delay it. But at least they're polishing it off, so that's gonna be good. Anything else? Oh yes, another game is, Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition got announced last year, and recently got a release date of May 29th. You can expect me to play that game as well, because that's a game that I've said for the longest time, if they ever remade it for Switch, I would 100% play it. And, yeah, you can like, those are the 3 games I guarantee I will be streaming in the next, like, 2 to 3 months, so. Also, another game that I promised was Dark Souls. I will be playing Dark Souls 1 probably around the time I'm prepping for the Platinum Trophy run of 2FM. I don't know if I would play the games afterwards, but Dark Souls is a game a lot of people have said they would love to see me play, and I will definitely stream that when the time comes, so you can look forward to that as well. And there's probably a few more games down the list that I would like to play as well for stream, but I mean, those are all the games I can name off the top of my head right now. Oh, and I guess, as far as Twitch streams are regarded, this might be bad news. It's kind of bad good news in a way, but I'm also, to make my time with streaming less stressful, because I really just wanted to get back into streaming, not feel pressured on stuff, enjoy it, do what I want with it. I'm not going to have an exacting schedule for my streams, but you can expect a sort of ballpark. Like, I might do, like, tweets on stuff, which, by the way, self-plug. There we go. If you guys follow me on Twitter, I will tweet out certain things like plans for stream when I might be going live in like an hour or so, but I'm not gonna have like, I'm always live at like 6 o'clock my time or anything like that. I just want to make sure that I'm really happy, stream at times that are convenient for me, and just really get back into it the way that I really want to. And I can go on for however long I want as well. So, I mean, even if I stream at a time that might not be preferable to people, there is a chance that I stream for so long, you'll still catch me either way. So, I mean, it's the approach I would like. I know it might be a little frustrating to some viewers where they don't know exactly when I'm going to be live, but at the same time, it's a pleasant surprise, and it's just going to be better for me. Missed save 2020. I love you guys so much. Alright, and one other thing. Well, there's like a few other things, but the next thing I'd like to talk about is I would like to start doing some YouTube stuff, because I've kind of put that on the back burner for quite a while now. And, like, the content as far as YouTube stuff would be concerned would be maybe potential stream highlights of certain things. I mean, I'm not sure about that yet, but one thing I'm absolutely going to do with newer games is I'm going to make highlight videos of my first playthroughs of Resident Evil 3, Final Fantasy 7, Xenoblade, probably Dark Souls, and I'm definitely gonna make little videos for that, just so people can see the best moments of my first playthroughs of that. And I'd also, in the long term, once I refamiliarize myself with Kingdom Hearts 1, I would love to do sort of tutorial / informative stuff that maybe not many people know, because I've seen so many things on my Platinum Trophy Run videos, like why do you use EXP0 and just other minor stuff like that. And I would love to kind of just break down, you know, how does EXP0 work? How does the MP system work? How does the summon system work? And like a lot of really confusing things, seemingly, I would love to explain, kind of get into a little bit of a better scape of how exactly the game operates and all that. So like, just to kind of give you guys an idea, those are some of the types of things I would love to do with YouTube. Like, it's not going to start immediately, but I'm going to work my way up to actually doing that. Alright, and that's pretty much everything that I would have to say as far as, you know, why I've been gone, what's happened since I've left, what I plan to do, and I would like to move on to doing some 2FM crit practice. Because, God help me, I'm so... well, I mean, I'm not super out of touch with the game, but I am a little wet behind the ears. I just saw this on Twitter, and like, shoutouts to Miss Mess when he looks incredible. Putting life as part over streaming and internet is definitely the right choice. Ninten, I have so much fucking respect for you. I consider you a great friend. I know we haven't talked tremendously. I mean, I haven't... oh shit, I'm blocking the alerts. I know we haven't talked tremendously, but now it's blocking me. I'm bad at this. Fuck. Yeah, well, certainly some things have not changed. Okay, there we go. I have respected you so much as a speedrunner. You're amazing. You're one of the reasons why I've wanted to push myself as far as I've wanted to. And just hearing those words... It means a lot to me, so I hope you've been well. I think I've seen bits and pieces on and off earlier today. I think your stream is doing fucking phenomenal. And that makes me so happy to see that in my absence things have been good for you, so... Thank you so much for the kind words. Keep on doing what you're doing, and let's meet again in the future. Thank you so much for that. I've seen all of you guys, all of the comments you guys have made, the progress I've done on my own time, and if there's one thing I regret is I'm not at least putting an update out there. Because like, and there's pros and cons to it, because I felt like if I was updating, it would just be a case of when are you eventually gonna come back, and I just wanted to make sure that I didn't feel that pressure. And just focused and truly looked into what I wanted to do before I came back to streaming. So I apologize in that aspect for leaving people in the dark for so long, but I wanted to surprise people when I finally did come back. I did run through a lot of the comments that were... like, I ran through past messages on Discord, past messages on my Twitter, and all that, and, like, honestly, I cried a little bit, because for whatever stupid reason... I had there's always this part of my mind which I'm hoping in the next, like, in this year I'm hoping this part of me just kind of goes away. I couldn't help but think there's gonna be a portion of people that are just so upset with me because I've been gone for so long, but I didn't see a single comment of that. Everyone has just been missing me, wishing me well. Even people who said that we didn't talk much reached out and said, I hope you're doing okay, and it means the fucking world to me. I know. I expected my Discord to be completely desolate, dead, no one's talking anymore, and I was so fucking wrong. I didn't know what was gonna happen. I was wondering if this is just kind of like what my life is gonna be. Like, I'm just never gonna be happy with anything that I do deep down, and I'm very proud of myself. I hope you guys are proud of me. I'm proud of you for your loyalty. I almost don't deserve, there's always this humble, I feel like I don't deserve such loving people like you guys are, and I don't know, I don't know what to say. I was so fucking scared people were just gonna forget about me, or they weren't gonna like me anymore, but you guys have welcomed me back, and it's the most amazing feeling I've ever fucking had in my life. Next to the weight that I've lost, and this is, if that's not number one, then it's at least number two. And I'm happy knowing I made the right decision to take time off, focus on what I need to focus on, and come back to you as a new person that I want to be, and I will hopefully continue to be as time progresses. This is a touchy thing for me to talk about, but... and I don't mean to, like, escalate things, but I mean, since we're here. When I was, like, 15 or 16... Because, like, about 10 years ago, I had to move away from home because of a lot of issues in life, and I lost pretty much all the friends that I had in my childhood. I tried to reach out to them, none of them really responded, so I was kind of starting out scratch. And when I was in high school in the new place that I moved to, no one really wanted to be my friend, and... I did compliment, that's the wrong word. I did contemplate just kind of ending it all. About 7 or 8 years ago. And I told, my parents told me, you're worth more than that, tough it out, you're strong. And I just think that, imagine the things that wouldn't have happened. It's like, it's crazy. And then, honestly, like, the times of 2019, that almost kind of resuscitated, and I felt like I almost did that again. But then I said, no, I can do this. I'm strong enough. I'm powerful enough. I won't let this defeat me. I've had so many obstacles in my life. This has probably been the biggest, and if I can overcome this, I can do anything. So, I wasn't gonna have it anymore. I'm just gonna go for it. And I did it. I can't believe how close it was to actually happening a few times in my life, and I know now that's never going to happen. It's never, ever going to happen. I will never check myself out early. I'm here to live a long, happy life with all of you. Seek out all my ambitions. Get what I want to have done accomplished, and I will be successful. And that's something I've learned over these last 6 months, and honestly, I've tried not to think on it too hard, because I know I get like this sometimes, but... I never realized until I've seen all of you beautiful people again how much it really means the world to me to still be here. So, thank you. Thank you is not enough, and I probably will never be able to do enough to show you how much I truly appreciate each and every one of you. So just thank you for being you, thank you for being here, thank you for supporting me, and I'm hoping that this is the year, by the time 2020 is over, it will mark the year I have changed my life for the better. I'm never gonna go back to that doldrum, never recess back into the person I used to be, and I just want to be the best person I can for you, because I owe it to myself, I owe it to all of you, and you've all done so much for me. I've had incredible highs with streaming, I've had incredible lows, everyone goes through that. It's meant so much to me, because for the longest time I felt like I wasn't really going to make much of myself, and through just this stream I can tell I've touched the hearts of so many people. It means tremendously how much, I can't even put it into words. Like, no matter what I say tonight, from now on, for the rest of my streaming time, I'm never gonna be able to express how much I truly care about you guys. Thank you, Stiff Socks, for the 100 bits, dude. Okay, I'm trying my hardest. I'm trying my hardest to calm down now, so... Yeah. I've pretty much said my piece on every single thing, and now I can actually, like... I also feel bad, because I feel like I've been ignoring people a little bit. Like, I wanted to say, like, okay, people can ask questions, and I just went right back on my rants. It's like, pedantic mist is still a little bit there, but who cares, dude?